Alright. Hey everyone, welcome to another Wildwitch RP Live Play TTRPG session. What is Wildwitch RP? Well, that's me, Faye, Game Master and Storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We are a couple who love sharing stories, so much so that we quit our day jobs and created our own company to create and share high-quality, exciting TTRPG experiences full-time. And tonight, we are playing D&D. We are starting a new adventure with Vecna, Eve of Ruin, which will prove to be a exciting tale that takes us all throughout the multiverse. But without giving away too much, not yet at least, we have our players. With us at the table are several of the incredible players who've joined us on our grand endeavor. If you want to play alongside them, you can. You're more than welcome to join us. Ask in chat, hop over to our Discord. We've got plenty of ways for you to learn information about us. But speaking of our awesome players, let's go through some introductions. Like I said, I'm Faye, Game Master and Storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, bringing all of our background music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at sirenscape.com. And now, let us meet our courageous and daring heroes. Some of them we've seen before, some of them we have not. But all of them are starting a new adventure. We will begin with an introduction for Vass.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Vass. Vass is a devilishly handsome tiefling bard rogue who, after quite a long time of stumbling across the multiverse, is finally back in Neverwinter. I could not be happier about it. This week's fun fact about Vass, for anybody who might be following along from Dragonlance, Vass used to be a little bit more of a swashbuckling swords bard. And in the in-between time between last campaign and this one, he's had some time to reflect and think about what he wants. And he's a bit more of an arcane trickster College of Valor situation now.
Amazing. Next up, another new returning face. Let's learn about Hugh.
Hi, I'm Stefan. I'm playing Hugh DeVere, who was helping Vass while he's stumbling across the multiverse so much he ended up stumbling into Vass's part of the multiverse. Now he's kind of following his friend along in this strange new world. He is brash, he is bold, he is brave to the point of recklessness, he is a uh, talented fencer. And he uh, dashes straight forward with incredible speed, fights with incredible speed, and somehow never has so tanky, and he never falls down, despite people's belief that he's gonna get to an early grave. Also, he's ambiguously French.
We love it. And then, last but not least, let's learn of a new hero. Let's learn of Romulus.
Hello, my name is Ronald, and I am playing Romulus. He is a seemingly human individual, uh, and also a multiverse go-trotting hero vigilante, uh, who's just trying to make his way through the universe and hunt down some people that wronged him.
Heck yeah. Alrighty. Then, without any further ado, let's learn of Neverwinter. A city on the Sword Coast, jewel of the North, and home to Vax. Though recently you have all found your way to the city. Perhaps stumbled through a portal when only one was supposed to go through. Perhaps you're chasing down rare and eclectic finds. Perhaps it's just fate that has brought you to such a lovely space with no shortage of work for adventurers. Whether it's slaying dragons or pulling cats down from trees, heroics can be found anywhere in Neverwinter. And each of you has made a bit of a name for yourself. No doubt aided through bard songs in some cases. So, let's learn a little more in depth of our heroes. Where might you be currently in the city? Any of you can volunteer yourselves to go first, to tell a little bit about who you are, what your character might look like, and how they spend their days typically in such a beautiful city.
I guess I'll go first.
Take the stage.
Um, Romulus is about 6'3", um, decked out in sort of full plate mithril that's kind of like form fitting. And it has a kind of jackal motif to it. There's as he's walking around, it's sort of like not a full display, but there his helmet does collapse down to have more of a jackal features to it. But he does have jackal like iconography on his like shoulders, and he's also has like several like belts and bandolets that have like what looks like pouches that surprisingly don't carry daggers or knives, but carry several different types of decks. Um, and on his side, he has a short sword and a scimitar. He has a light brown skin, um, kind of a very short stubble beard and mustache, and sort of faded side on the side of his head with sort of the top and middle and dreads that go down to his back of his neck. Um, and it's definitely hard to miss um, with eyes of like silver and bluish tint to them. And yeah, and kind of a dark black cape. But he would be somewhere in sort of a marketplace, um, asking around for people if they have a particular set of cards and different packs, booster packs for a game he's very fond of called Sword and Sorcery.
Let's actually make a roll to see if there are any merchants here.
Do I need to roll something?
No, I did a D100 on my side.
Okay.
As you are asking around, unfortunately, it seems that there are no merchants here this day selling any booster packs for swords and sorcery. However, as you are perusing the different stalls and speaking to the different merchants, a figure comes to you. A a clerk. She seems out of breath, as if she has been running a great distance, and you wouldn't happen to be the adventurer known as the Jackal, would you?
He turns around. I'm assuming she's shorter than me, right?
Yes, quite so.
Looks down and is like, yes. Um, are you okay? Seem out of breath.
Oh, you are one difficult man to find. I've been searching the entire marketplace looking for you.
He looks at his entire garb being decked out in black armor, is like, hmm, uh, I'm sorry. Um, how may I be of assistance?
Uh, this is for you, sir. And she'll hold out um, a folded invitation, which you can see very clearly has the uh, official wax emblem of Lord uh, Neverember.
Hmm. Can I ascertain if this is a legit
Uh,
seal?
roll for me, I'd say history or insight.
Hmm. Well, they're both trash, so I will go with the one that's slightly better. History. I got an 11.
Seems legit.
Thank you. Is this urgent?
Yes, the Lord Daggold Neverember would like you at his estate as soon as you're available. All the details are in there.
Okay. Um, he'll he'll break the seal there and unfold it.
Yeah. As the page has said, it is a summons from the Lord Neverember, with an address to the villa that he is requesting your presence at post haste.
Hmm. Um, would I remember? Would I know from being here for a while where his estate is? Or
With the address, it would take no issue finding it.
oh, okay, it's not
Yeah.
all right. Then yeah. Um, is she meeting me there, or am I just going by myself?
You'd be going by yourself. She will have to be on her way. She has other heroes, it seems, she must find.
All right. Safe travels, ma'am.
You too. And she is off. So, as Romulus makes his way to the Neverember Villa, who is our next adventurer to explain their days at Neverwinter?
To go next.
Make the stage.
Quite literally, actually, because Vath is playing as much opportunities as he can get. He's playing all of the taverns and the places that always kind of turned him away, or they come back when you've got more experience. Before he initially left and set off from Neverwinter quite a long time ago. He's playing the hits. We've got the Ballad of Bass and Ispen. We've got the Battle of Vogler. We've got Jarrett's Privateers. Neverwinter being kind of a maritime city, Jarrett's Privateers goes over very well. Um, and that's where he's at. Just any free time he can get, he's just living it up in the tavern. To provide a bit of a recap, I guess, about what he looks like, I jumped right into what he was doing, but I should probably let people know what he looks like. Uh, as I mentioned, I think in the intro, he's a tiefling, so um, he's got red skin, and he's got long, luscious black hair. He's got black horns that kind of transition to red as you get to the tips of the horns. He is wearing dark colors, almost all black. He's got a black leather jacket. He's got whatever Faerun's equivalent of denim is, very dark wash denim pants. He's got black leather boots. He's playing a lute that the wood has been dyed a very, very, very deep kind of wine red color. He's not as tall as Romulus. Um, I would say he's like 5'11", not quite hitting the 6 foot mark. And he's got yellow kind of cat-like eyes.
Amazing. As your uh, set finishes, you see a woman slightly out of breath making her way towards the stage. For a moment, you worry this is a crazed fan situation. You might need to get tavern security over here. When you're the adventurer Vastamir, yes?
You know it.
Oh, thank the gods. A message for you. And she'll hold out a piece of folded parchment with, you see it, the very official emblem of a wax seal of the Lord Dagult Neverember.
Oh, thanks, Miss. I'm assuming I'm standing on the stage still, so I'll reach down to grab it from her.
Yeah. So, uh, she'll easily hand that to you. You often travel with, a huge bear, yes?
I do.
Alright. Hopefully then he's not terribly far from here. And it seems that she will head off in search of Hugh, leaving you with this missive.
Crack it open. I'm sure I'm familiar with Neverember's seal.
You, growing up here, and especially at the level that you did, you pop it open and you see a summons to the Neverember Villa, post haste for a discussion with the Lord Dagult Neverember.
If you happen to be nearby.
Let's find out. Hugh, let's get a recap of what Hugh looks like, and let's learn of how Hugh typically spends his day and where he might be this day.
Hugh is approaching his friend Vass. He is a somewhat more than medium height, kind of a wiry whip-like build. His skin is heavily bronzed from being outdoors a lot, dark brown hair. He's currently got a little bit hair disheveled and facial hair grown out, like he's not keeping. He has a little bit the air of a crazed hermit. He wears plate armor. He has a shield, which he's put a device on his symbol, which is a black background with a pair of owl eyes staring out of the darkness. And he wears a dark cloak with owl feathers trimming the ends of it. And he, walking towards his friend, saying, "Fast, fast, fast! Check it out! Guess what? Guess what?
Hey, what's up?
I got the formulas work on the weapon enhancement." And he draws
Oh,
up.
you
It's
got it.
a signature weapon, an S stock. It's like a rape. If you like a long sword, if you didn't have edges, so it acts a bit like a rapier. It's a very stiff edged weapon. He's been trying to get to teach the locals about it, but he thinks they're rapier-wielding fools that don't appreciate the value of a thing that's very good for stabbing through armor and being a real battlefield thing. Anyway, he is pulling it out and it's got now very well used and is now adorned with some red dragon-looking motifs on it. And he points it at the sky, and a large cone of flames, like a dragon's breath, shoots out from the weapon.
As this happens, the owner of the tavern says, "How many times do I have to tell you to keep your weapons in the sheath?" But this does bring the attention of the page, looking back over towards Vass and seeing Hugh, eyes wide. Excuse me, sir, as she comes over. Hugh DeVere, yes?
At your service, of course.
Good. Here, for you. And she presents you a folded piece of paper with a very official-looking stamp, the emblem of Lord Dagel Neverember upon the wax seal.
Hugh received this with total aplomb, like getting messengers from official is noble to like absolutely no big deal for him. And kind of casually, takes a little knife out and opens the seal.
Much like Vass,
Correspondence!
yep, you are requested at the Villa post haste for a discussion with the Lord Neverember himself.
And that's a gig!
Vass is briefly confused because he's like, "But how did you get it again?" Oh, right, yes. Yes, a job. Yeah, let's go see.
Mayhaps even a quest.
Mayhaps.
Errands
New
off
S
on their.
dog is
Sorry, I stepped on your line.
I was just as we're heading out of the tavern, I was just gonna be like, that new S dog is so dope.
Spent the entire campaign without a magic weapon.
Hey now, you had a dancing longsword. I would count that as a magic weapon.
It was really cool, and I traded it for this.
That's totally fine.
I think I sapped the weapon of the dancing longsword as well as my plus-wing greatsword,
Yeah.
and so a whole bunch of vials of dragon blood to make this weapon.
But, so, with this, you all travel from the hubs of the city to the villa of the Lord Dagel Neverember. It is peaceful. Though you do notice local guards are present. The Lord is not without protections. And you also would notice priests of Ogma present as well. From the House of Knowledge here in Neverwinter. You are directed to the audience chamber, all three of you, and the three adventurers arrive about the same time into the audience hall. You would notice that Lord Neverember is discussing politics with advisors, though as the sounds of the doors opening, he breaks off in his discussion and looks towards you all with a smile. Greetings, my heroic friends. I'm so glad you came. I dare say terrible events are afoot. Specifically, 4 prominent citizens have been kidnapped in the past several days. I am asking for your help in rescuing them.
I'm assuming these prominent figures are nobles.
Well, some of them are, but they are definitely figures of interest.
Is there any connection to them?
There appears to be no connection to them, no. Nor do they know each other, which makes this a little even more odd. But we do know that each of them was kidnapped at night. So, that information may be perhaps common, but perhaps a lead of some sort.
Um, the homes, I'm assuming they were kidnapped from their homes at night?
Well, that would be a true in some cases. Some of them were kidnapped from other areas, but I have funded some divinations from the House of Knowledge. I was hoping, of course, to find our victims, but instead I found something else, which is why I've gathered you all here. You see, the priests from the House of Knowledge have spoke of the trail, this mystical following, ending at a specific place for each of these missing citizens. The Halleck's Mausoleum in Never Death Graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
The priests are, of course, worried that they are unable to pierce through the mausoleum with their magics.
That is concerning. How do you know offhand how big the mausoleum is? I'm not from around these parts.
I've not been within Halleck's Mausoleum itself, but the graveyard itself is quite expansive. There is the main graveyard and then the pauper's graveyard, but there's this stone wall separating the two sides of Never Death.
Was taken.
Terrible for me, not. Yes, 4 figures taken. We've had Eldon Keyward, a highly knowledgeable scholar, specializes in the Outer Planes, taken. Indrina Lamsen Settle, a actor who has moved and currently moves in Neverwinter's highest social circles. Sasel Malinosh, a wild magic sorceress plumbing the mysteries of the Outer Planes. And Umberto Noblin, a gnome historian, has written many books on various deities. And so he provides basic descriptions for each of them.
An actor, a novelist, and a sorceress?
Yep, you've got the scholar, Eldon, the historian, Umberto, the sorceress, Sarcel, and the actor or actress, Indrina.
So that's no Adrena.
I'd say so, yeah. Maybe in passing.
That's on. It sounds like the setup to a bad joke. And
If
it.
If you are able to
Okay.
find these people, of course, you will be compensated for such endeavors. I can promise you all a fine house in Neverwinter for recovering our missing citizens and bringing their kidnappers to justice.
Hmm. Well, I sort of roam places, so don't know how much of a residence will aid me, but if there are innocent individuals in danger, I'm honor bound to do all my best to free them. I look to the other two in the room who he's unfamiliar with, and out kind of like it's not like a nervous tick, but it's more like just keeping his hands busy. He's like not obnoxiously shuffling a deck, like doing the loud, that he's just like the silent shuffle of like cards in his hands.
Yeah. Sorry, Faye, I just want to confirm I understood right. Never Ember had the local priest of knowledge do some divination to try and find where the missing people went, and the evidence pointed to the graveyard.
So yes, essentially that. From what Neverember has said, the priests of Ogma, with their divinations, tried to follow a magical trail, but every trail seemingly ended prematurely at the Hallex Mausoleum.
I'm assuming I would know where that is.
You would definitely know where Never Death Graveyard is. Roll a history to see if you know specifically the Hallex Mausoleum.
Never Death is a very interesting name for a graveyard.
So are like one of the people dead, or
With an 8, unfortunately, you don't know specifically where the Hallex Mausoleum is, but again, you do know the area to get to Never Death, and so you can start your investigations there.
Vass is gonna let on like he knows exactly where it is. Like, yeah, no problem. Like, Lord Neverember, like leave this with us, and we'll get to the bottom of what happened.
Right. I am hopeful that with the three of you on this, it will be of no issue at all.
sounds good. Um, not to, not that it's super important, but who are you two specifically? As he points to the tiefling and the human.
Anyways, I'll have my troubadour and make the introductions.
I was just gonna say I'll have my people make my introduction. So this is a bit embarrassing. I'm Vass. I am a bard of quite a bit of renown, particularly around here. Uh, this is my buddy Hugh. He's
I
not
would
from around here.
I would say with names, you have heard of these figures, Romulus, just like if you had given yours, they would know of you, but no faces until now, so it's just kind of your vague information coming
Oh,
together.
ah, I've heard those names before. Yes. Well, I'm Romulus Nubis.
For sure.
Most people refer to me as the Jackal.
Jackal, that But already the ideas are flowing. But that fits into song lyrics much better.
He's intrigued. I was like,
Hmm.
okay. Well, uh, well, if there's anything else, any other information you have for us, Northern River, I guess we'll head there immediately, unless there's supplies you two need.
No, this will be it. But thank you, of course, for taking on this endeavor.
Question luck. And I kind of gives like a slight bow. And I can start heading. Well, I will look at Vast since they seemed so confident that they knew where this place was.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you guys can just follow me. I know exactly where we're going.
So,
Okay, good, because I have
that's
no idea what's going
uh,
on.
yes. So you make it to the graveyard, um, and as you are moving through, I'll ask for investigation checks to see if you can find the Halleck's mausoleum.
Getting better, guys. A few more rolls and I'll have something really good.
oof, only a 10.
Samesies.
15.
All right. Uh, it's not actually very difficult to find the Halleck's mausoleum. Though you would see perhaps the reason why it's called Never Death Cemetery, as there are wandering zombies and skeletons, but you're able to avoid them with ease.
Must stay my paladin hand.
I mean, if
Kidding.
you want to go after them, I'll let you throw.
No,
I'll let you throw punches.
it's fine.
Uh,
It's fine.
but um,
Will it help us get to level 12 faster?
uh, no. So, but yeah, let me as you are moving through the towering stone mausoleums of the Never Death Graveyard, they cluster near the wall that separates the main graveyard from the Pauper's Graveyard over to the west. When you find Halleck's mausoleum, you see that it is a squat, unassuming granite block in the shadow of larger monuments to the west and south. Its metal double doors bear a rusty broken chain and a padlock that hangs off the door.
Mm, imposing. Um, I guess I'll go ahead and open the door.
Yeah, the doors open noiselessly, and give me just one moment. I will get you.
Oh, it knows it. Someone put some W40 on these things?
I know, right? Yeah,
Unexpectedly good news.
but let me just reveal some stuff for you here.
Like, I like reveals.
So we've got on our maps bit of a uh area for you guys to put your little places, your little pieces in, your tokens. As you see, there's the crypt is dusty. It's a crypt. That's what you can expect. But you do see that there are numerous tracks that lead to this descending staircase at the rear of the room. There are 6 stone coffins on each, not on each side, on the walls, 3 on each side. They have slabs engraved with names, birth years, death years on each Perhaps the members of the Hallex family.
I added my character, but I can't see it. I'm
Uh,
assuming it is behind the fog of war.
it might be. Give me just one moment. Yeah. There you go.
How
There we
does
go.
one enter this?
There, you should be able to see it from campaigns is open maps. But I can put your token down as well. It might be a little different if you're playing on your phone.
Probably, because I don't. Yeah, you might have to move for me.
I can do that. I am going to shorten your token name though. Bam. Alright, cool. Everyone's here. Look at you guys. So, what do you do, adventurers?
Hugh first starts putting his previously unruly hair into some braids for prevent it getting in his face, and says to Vass, "What do you think? Should we do it like the Green Dragon job?"
Sounds good to me.
Okay, I'll get in, and then you do whatever sounds right. Oh,
Just like
Hugh,
the Green Dragon job.
yep. Hugh is extremely tanky, so he's gonna be taking point if Romulus is okay with that.
Um, I can take the rear. These two seem to have more of a familiarity with each other. I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
Well, lucky for you all, nothing breeds camaraderie quite like a bit of dire circumstances. Because as you find yourselves descending down the stairs, the next room, which is dark, so if you do not have dark vision, you cannot see. Oh, shoot, I don't want cover, I want erase. Does have some trouble waiting for you. As you descend from Halleck's mausoleum to this subterranean chamber, you see more stone coffins. They sit upon sturdy shelves. Part of the west wall has collapsed, creating another opening. But what really catches your attention are the 5 pale and desiccated warriors that march about the chamber in their wicked armor. They do, in fact, notice you. And with a growl, we are rolling initiatives.
That's 20.
Hell yeah.
$17.
Heck yeah.
I got a 7.
Oh, I forgot to change to my Vecna dice. Alright, I'm gonna do that real quick. I have everything else set up, but not my Vecna dice. And just so that we are all aware, we did get a redemption. You all have a +1 to your AC bonus for the rest of the session. So we've got Vass is gonna go first. And we have our white Romulus, and then Hugh. So, Vass, first to act here. What do you do?
So I am aware that my buddy Hugh probably can't see very well right now. If I do a quick scan of the chamber that the whites are in, do I see any torches on, like, in sconces along the walls?
Yeah, I would say that there are a few sconces that are left unlit for quite some time. Yes.
Okay. Would I be able to use prestidigitation to light up the room a little bit to target a torch?
Yeah, I'd say you can for sure.
Okay.
So as the prestidigitation goes off, the light of your magic art fire conjuring space enough to see here, you would all notice along the walls there are scribbles of eyes and left hands amongst the shadows.
Oh, how creepy. And then I will bestow a bardic inspiration upon Romulus.
All right.
That is going to be a D8.
Romulus gets a bardic, and now it is our white's turn. And the two closest to the stairs are going to grab their blades. You see them grab swords from their waists and will rush up towards Hugh. And Vass, but they do seem to be focusing on Hugh here. And we'll take some swings. The first attack towards Hugh is a 14, which I know misses. The second attack is also a 14, so Hugh's fine. The second one, the one that is near Hugh and Vass, is going to first attempt to hit Hugh and then on the momentum swing into Vass. A 20 miss is Hugh, and then Vass, that is a 9, so I'm sure that misses as well.
That misses.
Yep. With that, it is the other three, which, as they draw longbows, are going to spread out some attacks towards each of you. The two that try and arrows try to find purchase on Hugh are easily deflected. The two arrows aimed at Vass are also deflected. And the two towards Romulus also do not find purchase. It seems that the dead do not have a manner of ease in their attacks here. As Romulus, we come to your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to rate. No, I'm kidding. I I'm going to spend my only 5th level spell slot
Hmm.
and cast Scorching Ray.
Ooh, I like it.
You see, well, they probably don't since I'm behind them, but with a flick of the wrist, a card comes out, and another flick, 6 more cards, 5 more cards appear, and he flings them off like Gambit. Um, and two, no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 will hit the one that's attacking Vass,
Okay.
and then each other ray will go to the other rights. So I'll do the first 2. That's attacking. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, definitely hates.
For a total of 30. Just want to make sure that number does good.
Yep.
A 24.
Another hit.
Um, I'll just go ahead and roll for all of them.
Yep.
29. Ooh, so close. That's another. Another natural 20.
Cool.
And then I'm
What
not.
is this?
Well, you can already.
I see this. Oh my gosh.
One more.
Uh,
Okay, 13.
13 unfortunately is a miss, but I think that's a pretty okay trade-off with, what was that, 3 nat 20s?
3 yes. All right, so the first 2 that's are going to the one that's attacking Vast.
All right, so you can roll it
So,
normally.
so
Yeah, because what we do with our natural 20s is you'll get a max out of those 2d6. So it'll be a total for this of 17 for the nat 20.
okay. Ugh. And then so
19 to that one.
so 19 yeah, 19 to that one. I believe the next one was another natural 20, so that's going to be 12 plus 9.
So this one was
So,
not the natural 20. This one was just a regular one. The next 2 after it were
okay.
nat 20s.
Okay. So this is 9,
Okay.
7 plus 12,
19.
and 24.
Ooh. All right. And so that was your
Not bad for start off.
not bad for a start. Anything else from Romulus?
Oh wait, I still actually. Can I roll that bardic inspiration for that 13?
You can roll the Bardic Inspiration for the 14. Or 13, sorry.
So 16.
That's definitely gonna hit.
Hey yo, that other right thought he was safe, but he wasn't. Um, for a total of 5 fire damage.
All right. All of the whites have been hit at this point and are damaged, but as Romulus, your turn comes to an end here, we will pick up with the rest of our combat after upcoming ad break with Hugh's turn. So hang out with us. We'll be right back. Please let the ads run. They help us out a ton. You can directly support us through donations at my Ko-fi. Full list of the unlockable perks is on our Discord. Check us out there. And we will see you guys very soon. As we return, it is in the middle of combat. And Hugh, your turn. What would you
Hugh-
like to do?
Eagerly draws his weapon and attacks the flaming blade attacks the right number 2 right in front of him.
Go for it.
That'll be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, definitely hits.
So that does 14 magical piercing. Plus 4 fire. Plus 4 psychic.
All right, heck yeah.
How's that right looking?
With his eyes, no, he's still on his feet. He does look to be heavily injured, with these scorch marks, but he's still in a fighting condition.
Alright, my first ever new rules weapon mastery use. I have X for advantage.
Ooh, heck yeah.
So, I rolled a 5. This is a 5 and a 3, but I still get plus 11 on the attack roll, so that's 16.
A 16 will hit our
Okay,
white.
so that will be 17 and 6. So 17 piercing, 6 fire damage.
With the burst of fire from your sword, the white in front of you immolates, turning to ash. Alright, anything else from Hugh?
No, Hugh just looks self-satisfied.
Alright, Vass, we come to your turn.
Great. So, Vass says, "Call you, bud," and then he uses his bonus action to disengage and takes a few steps back next to his new friend Romulus. And then he's gonna use his short bow of melody to shoot the white that was in front of him a moment prior.
Yeah.
He'll make these reverberating shots. That's a natural 20.
Oh, look, the dice gods favor this start. That is definitely gonna hit.
So, that I think is also gonna double my sneak attack die. Yes.
It does, yeah.
Okay. So, that would be a 28 on my sneak attack.
Yep.
And then on top of all of this stuff, don't forget to add 4 points of thunder for the reverberating shot.
As you take your first shot and the bowstring leaves with this sound of a melody, rumbling deep as the thunderous energies, the creature is blown back, as that crit is enough to kill it.
Super. Alright. And I see the white number 5 from where I am.
Can, yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at that one with my second attack.
Alright, go for it.
Reverberating shot again. This is a 15.
A 15 will hit.
Oh my goodness, it's not gonna matter, but I just realized I remembered I have the piercer feat, so I should have rolled an extra die on the crit, but that's okay. So this is gonna be 9 points of magical piercing and 4 points of thunder to white number 5.
Alright.
And that's it.
As Vass's turn comes to an end, it is our white's turn, and these all have their arrows readied. So they're just going to take another round of shots here. 2 to each of you. That is going to be a 21, trying to hit Hugh, which I believe misses.
Does?
And the 20 also misses Hugh, so you're fine. Then we've got 2 to Romulus. The 15 misses, and an 18, I believe, just hits. No, because you've got a +1 from chat, so that'll bring it up to 19. So, yeah. Then, for Vass to attacks towards you. The 6 definitely misses. But a 23?
Will hit. Yes. And I will have him make Ethan thank you a dexterity save as I hellish rebuke him.
Yeah, totally. That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage. And a 17 on the dexterity save.
Well, that passes.
Which I believe still takes half
So he'll
damage.
take half. He'll take half. So half of 12 for 6 points of fire.
Oof. He is looking rough. Romulus, we come to your turn.
Alright, Romulus is going to... He's going to cast... Misty Step. And appear at the one in the middle.
For sure.
Or as close as he can with Misty Step.
That's what, 30 feet?
Yeah.
So... puts you
Alright.
right there, actually.
And...
So you are now 15 feet away from him.
Alright. I will move the rest of the footage to get to him.
Easily done.
And for his first, I'm going to take the attack action, and in that motion, reverse grip, take out the Fate Dealer sword.
Woohoo!
For a total of 20.
That'll hit.
8 plus another 6. So a total of 14
Beautiful.
for the first hit. Second attack. 16.
That's a hit.
That's 7 plus additional 4 force damage. That's 11 total. And
That
then
is another white down.
Oh. Okay. And I'm gonna move to the one that is to my left.
Alright.
And then as my third dual wielding action, I take out the scimitar.
Alright.
As soon as I can find it on my character sheet. Alright, there we go. That's only a 14.
A 14 just hits their AC. Go ahead, roll damage.
So that's a total of 10.
Lovely. Alright. Romulus's turn comes to an end. Hugh, we come to your turn. Only 2 of these whites are left.
Alright. Romulus seems to have one of them well in hand, so dash down. Take dash. I'm just running down to take down right number 5. Roll for attack. That will be a 16.
Alright, let's see that damage.
That will be 15 piercing, 3 fire, and 6 psychic.
That white goes down as well.
Alright, I should have enough movement to hit the other right.
Yeah, that...
And that will be a 30 to hit.
Definitely.
For 15. Plus 8, so that were 23 and 2. 25 damage.
And that is the last white down. And you're no longer bound by initiative. Combat is over.
I
Still
retrieve my
sword.
arrows, please.
Yes, you can retrieve your arrows.
I retrieve my playing cards. Not kidding.
Unfortunately, those are lost. No, yeah, you're able to arrows be retrieved. Anything else like that?
Now that it looks like it's going to be fighting, Hugh uses a 2nd level slot to cast a magic weapon on his longbow. And would anyone like to be long-stridered?
I'm fine. Appreciate the offer though.
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Did anyone take any damage?
Just for fun, I'm doing
I
it on
did. I took
myself.
a teensy bit. Took a teensy bit of damage, but I'm fine.
So the longbow is now a +1 weapon, and I now have 60 feet of movement.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
Alright, so.
while Hugh is buffing in the corner, could I take a look at the markings that I noticed on the wall? Are they familiar to me at all?
I will assist.
As you're looking at the markings here, you don't quite recognize them as any sort of significance. They're just eyes that stare out, and left hands. And they're not, like, piled everywhere. They're just sporadic along the walls.
Can I do a history check?
Yeah, go ahead, roll for me a history check.
Even though my history is trash. Hey, 19.
19. Left hands are common in some iconography for deities. Eyes are also in different deities, also portents for divination. You think with this it could be perhaps then related to some sort of cult, but nothing quite so solid that a 19 is coming to your mind.
Okay. Well, these seem religious and some type of religious iconography, but nothing that pops to my mind. But it's definitely very cultish.
They don't look familiar to me either. They're creepy though.
Indeed. I suggest we proceed with even greater caution. And with that, uh, Romulus kind of like adjusts and like his helmet kind of falls into place and he kind of dons his jackal helm and he'll keep one sword out and another card and a card ready for the next encounter.
All right. Now you do have the collapsed room, of course. But does anyone want to check this room for anything else?
Uh,
You do
just
have
an
these.
investigation.
Yeah, you do have these stone coffins here. If anyone wants to open up a coffin,
I will.
yeah, go ahead, roll for me
I,
investigation checks.
I don't know if I want to open the coffins or not.
How
I
many
don't have
times?
the best track record.
How many times am I gonna put a mummy in a coffin and have it fight you?
9. I got
I
a
don't know if
9.
I want to know the answer to that question.
Um,
So, is this investigation?
yeah, an investigation check.
19.
All right. Uh, surprisingly, there are no bodies in these coffins. Uh, and as you're looking around, Romulus, this coffin over here, up in the eastern corner, as you look through it, has cloaks and hats in it. Um, they seem to be worth perhaps a few bits of coin, if you wanted to grab them and sell them. Uh, though you would also find in there a potion bottle.
Ooh.
The
Arcana to kind of ascertain its purpose.
I would say that as you're a traveled enough adventurer, as you hold this in your hand, it looks entirely empty, but you can feel the liquid inside. That you know that you have a potion of invisibility in your hand.
Ooh. Um, I look to my compatriots. It seems we have a potion of invisibility here. Would any of you benefit for this?
I can hide really, really well, so I think I'm fine.
I am I am also a very sneaky rogue. So if you'd like to keep that,
All right. He will stow it. He will also take the hats and cloaks.
All right.
Uh,
So
show them to the party if they're interested in having a cloak and hat for aesthetic reasons. If not, he'll stuff them in his bag of holding.
you have four cloaks. Each would be worth 10 gold, and two wide-brimmed hat, each worth 5 gold. Which, when you get back to the city after this, if you so wish, you can sell them. But for now,
He said four. You said four wool cloaks and what
yeah,
now?
4 wool cloaks and 2 wide-brimmed hats.
50 gold
Yeah,
worth.
yeah, because it's 10 for the cloaks and 5 for the hats.
Okay.
And then, that, with your high investigation, you find something very interesting. Uh,
Ooh.
the coffin in front of you has never, by your eye, held an occupant. Instead, as you look through this, you would notice that the back of the coffin has a panel with a latch.
Oh. Is this something that I could pick with thieves' tools?
I would say, with your 19 investigation, you wouldn't even need these tools here. You can just
Ooh.
open this.
I open it.
You find yourself.
Caitlin has learned nothing.
You find yourself with a secret door. Oh. Keep doing that. It opens up to another room.
Guys, I found a secret door.
Nice.
So you have the collapsed wall to the west, and a secret door, a secret passage to the south. Where do you like to go?
Guys, would like I could sneak into the secret passage to see what I can see. Hearing no objections, Vass is gonna duck into the secret passage and stealthily
I
see
was
if he
about to
can
say, roll me a stealth roll.
where it goes. Yes, I will do that. 24.
24. Yeah, if there was anything to be seen, it is not. The room that you see here is small and empty with a door to the right beside you. So as you cross the passage, right to the western entrance of this room, a door. Inside this space, cramped as it is, you would see that it is dark, but you have dark vision, so you're fine. There are rusty standpipes and interlocking cogs that cover the walls here. They seem to be jammed, and as you test them a bit, don't move any. Whatever they are connected to seems inoperable.
Check out this door.
The door seems unlocked, and you can open it if you so wish.
Does it appear trapped?
No.
Okay. Can I slowly open it and peek inside?
Yeah. On this one, you see more pipes here. All along the south wall of the room, there's another door on the western side. You see that the pipes disappear into the walls closer to the ceiling. There are a complicated series of cogs and 4 hand-turned wheels that are connected to the pipes.
If I investigate the wheels a little bit, does it appear like they would be operable, or are they pretty rusted like in the other room?
I would say roll for me a quick investigation check.
Oops, I almost rolled intimidation.
You better move.
Was me
13. They do not seem to be rusted to the point where there is no chance of utilizing them. But you would notice that there are no gauges attached to these, so even if you could move them, you don't know how well it would work. What the pressures are. You do hear water that comes through these pipes, so it does seem to be some sort of water pressure.
okay. And I can see a door.
You
The
can
west?
see a door to the west.
Can I just go and listen at it to see if I can hear anything on the other side?
Yeah, give me a perception roll. With a 16, you hear more water.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna make my way back to where I left the other two,
All right.
and I'm gonna tell them what I saw. There's a lot of pipes, pretty rusty, but I can still hear water flowing through them. And there's another door that I didn't go through because I didn't want to get too far ahead. Didn't hear too much except for water in the pipes. Um,
Hmm. Well, I will default to you all in which direction you want to go. You seemed more familiar with this place.
Just poke down the hallway. Let's start poking.
Yeah. Oh, didn't go that far. There's an open room here. There are stairs, more rubble from ruined rooms, and walls, and fog of war dissipating. So, um, yeah. So, you guys, as you enter into this space, you see the roots protruding through cracks in the ceiling here as you look up. There is a stone stairway off to the southeast. It has collapsed. There is the walls nearby crumbling. To the north, there are 3 doors. All of them are shut, but you would notice the middle door has a very new-looking padlock on it. And to the west, there are stairs leading to a balcony that overlooks the room. There is a door on that balcony that bears an eye, similar to the ones that you've seen scrawled on the wall.
Seeing as I'm not proficient with thieves' tools, I'll leave the freshly minted padlock to the resident rogue. I will check the other 2
yeah,
doors.
Yeah, I would say as you go check the other 2 doors, they open easily. You see that the one on the right bears a metal grate in the floor, 10 foot. The room is 10 square foot. And you see that underneath the grate is a shallow pit with a gold harp, a handful of loose papers, and a bloody cloth.
Was this someone's time capsule?
Who knows?
Does the golden harp look worth anything?
Uh, roll for me a insight check.
Ugh. I got negative insight. 13.
I mean, if it's gold, that can fetch a pretty penny. It's hard to say if it's truly gold from this area. It could just be painted, but you know that gold fetches a price.
Mhm. No, this is like a legit like harp, or just like a an emblem harp, or
No, like it's an actual playable harp.
Mhm. I show it to the bard.
So Vass, you are
Well,
called
also,
over to look at this.
Yep.
it seems more up your alley.
So yeah, you see the grate, the shallow pit, the golden harp, the loose papers, the bloody cloth, the whole kit and caboodle.
Do the papers have writing on them?
Uh, yeah, they do. You can't quite read them from this area, but you can see the scrawlings on them that they have writing upon them.
Mhm. Is it because of the lighting, or
Uh, just from where they're at, the way that they've fallen in the pit. It,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll grab them and see if I can ascertain.
I want you to roll for me a sleight of hand check.
How
Rutro.
deep is the pit?
It's a very shallow pit.
You said there's like a grating on top of it.
There is a metal grate on top of it.
16.
Uh, 16. I will say that is enough to grab the papers. The notes that you have here detail plans to kidnap the Neverwinter aristocrat by the name of Andrina Lamson Settle. On these notes, there is a map of her estate, schedules of her movements, and suggestions that she knows some important secret about Lord Neverember. Upon the margins, there is a scrawl of a note. Claims, her secrets will make a worthy sacrifice.
Uh, Whatever this code is, they're very interested in secrets. But I share the notes and show. It seems these are the plans to kidnap our act or our performer. Is the
Oh,
great
geez, I
like
don't like the sound of that.
yeah. Um, would I know any cults that are interested in secrets?
Roll me a religion check.
Nah, only 11.
Nothing's coming to your mind right now. Maybe if you get out of here, you might be able to go find a library and do some research.
Mm-hmm. Is the great possible to like move it, or is it locked?
Roll an investigation check. Vass, if you would like to, since you're present as well, you can also roll. We're looking at the grate.
Oof,
Well,
7.
it's not great.
If only you didn't have heroic inspiration already. Uh, give you another one. Um, it seems fine. If you want to try and open it.
Yeah, I'll try to open it.
Great. So as you put pressure on the grate to try and open it, blades come out. You take.
Oh, lovely.
This will be 15 points of slashing damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw against poison.
That girl is poison. Um, you said con?
Yes, con save.
Oof. 5.
You take 14 points of poison damage.
Oh.
Oh, geez, man, are you all right?
Mm, he has the mask on, so he's like, mm-hmm. Underneath the helmet, he's like, wow. Um, I will heal myself.
I will say that you can tell that the trap is on a timer, so it is slowly resetting itself. If you want to try and grab the harp now while it is still resetting, you can do so.
Yeah, I'll grab the other things if there's anything else to grab.
Yeah, it's just the harp and the bloody cloth, and you think that perhaps the cloth is from some other poor sod who got hit by this trap. Um, Not really,
Uh,
perhaps anything important. But yeah, you have the notes now, and you have the harp. And Vass, I would say, a musician of your caliber, is able to take a quick look at this harp, determine that it is, in fact, a luxury, actual gold harp, and is worth maybe a few thousand coin.
Oh, wow. This harp, this is a really nice harp. Wonder if it was Adrena's.
Most likely, since the notes were with there. I can stuff it in my bag of holding.
Sure.
Hopefully, get it back to its rightful owner. Uh,
Now, I believe
I'm gonna
also,
use my healing hands.
yeah, you're easily able to do that. I believe you also were checking out the other room, the other unlocked room before moving into
Yes.
dealing with the padlocked door. So anyone going into the other room over here is able to see that it is a supply room. Uh, there are stone shelves here with boxes and bags. There's a few crates up against the wall. Um, there are, uh, as you start to pick through everything, you immediately see um, just flasks of oil and chains. But I'd say if anyone wants to rifle through this, a quick investigation check to see what else you might find.
Hmm. I will do that. Window. Ooh, 19.
19, yeah. So there, amongst the chains are manacles, and you would find two potions that are marked for healing use only.
Can I deduce what level of healing they are? Supreme,
Uh,
regular, or
they just seem to be standard.
standard? You said two of them?
Yep.
Uh, I will take one and offer the other one to someone else. I know you said you took a little bit of damage if you want to use this.
Uh, Sure, I'll take one.
Okay. Hmm?
So, are you adding those to your inventory or are you drinking them?
I'm drinking one of them. The
So,
Uh, I was gonna add mine to my inventory.
if you want to drink yours now, you can do so, or you can add it to your inventory. It's your choice.
You seem a little too happy, but I'm going to go ahead and drink it anyway since I already said I was.
You did say you were. We are learning things here. Um,
Am I cursed?
no, not cursed. But as you drink the potion, firstly, nothing seems out of the ordinary. You've had many potions as your time as a adventurer, but something doesn't sit right with this. Instead of the refreshing rejuvenation of a potion of healing, you instead take 13 points of poison damage as you drink a potion of poison that has been disguised. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
Don't drink that. Don't drink it. Yet again, I fail.
Oh my god. Romulus is gonna have so much trauma when it comes to poison.
I am no longer drinking anything until I have someone look at it.
So, you do gain the poisoned condition, which means that you will continue to take some damage here.
I will use my lay on hands to not have that happen.
All right. So then let me let's do this first round because you can always do. You might be able to succeed and stop this from going. So, the first round would have been after the first 6 seconds after your poison, 11 points of poison damage and another con save.
Jesus Christ, no, 11.
All right, so then that's another round of saves. So 7 more points of poison damage, and then another con save.
I can't do lay on hands yet, or
you can. So I'm just making it total, so that way we know how many lay on hands you would utilize.
well, no, lay on hands automatically. I can nullify poison if I use 5.
Oh, you're using that? Oh yeah. Then after the first one, you're fine. So it's just 11 points of poison. I forgot about that. You see, I don't play paladins very often. So yeah, no more poison in your system.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
This
go ahead
isn't
and just use
exactly
the
your
4.
lucky day.
No, a lot of rookie mistakes on my part. But hey, we know at least we got potions of poison.
Well, 1 potion of poison.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want someone else to find this and make the same mistake, so Vas will just dump his out
Yeah,
in a corner
easily
somewhere.
then. You watch as the roots that are nearby wither up.
All right.
Now, Vas, you are handy with some thieves' tools. Are you going to try and give a...
I am.
All right. Then I will
Well,
ask...
knowing that this is not the greatest, safest place, can I quickly check to see if I can see any discernible traps before I start tampering with this recently installed padlock?
Yes, I will allow you to look for traps here. Roll me an investigation.
As that went so well before. That's I didn't see the one in front of the one. I thought it was a natural one. That's a 14.
14! You don't see any traps. Just a padlock.
Okay. Alright. Well then I'll work on picking the lock.
Alrighty. Please give me... we'll do a sleight of hand check for this.
Okay, that was a sleight of hand. I was gonna roll dex and add my proficiency for thieves tools. Um
If that is higher, then go for it.
sleight of hand is higher, but I just rolled
I
natural one.
I'll be gracious since this is our first session. Since you rolled the dex check instead of the sleight of hand, I'll let you roll a sleight of hand.
Thank you. Oh yay! That's a 24.
24. Yeah. You open the lock. Your thieves' tools are able to knock them out, and you see that you have now the door that you can open. It has to pull aside and open. It's like a sliding door, but anyone with some suitable athletics can make the attempt to do so.
That's not my strong suit.
I can do it.
Are
As long as it's not
any of
trapped.
you
I can do it as long as it's not trapped.
There's no poison. You can tell Romulus that.
I have not noticed any traps nor poison, so I think you're all right.
All right. There goes athletics. For a total of 15.
You're struggling a bit here. You know that it can open, but you might not be having the best luck. Uh,
Okay. One more
Hugh,
try.
uh,
Oh,
Can I assist and give advantage?
sure, if you want to. Unless Hugh wants to give it a shot as well.
Oh yeah, by all means. This is not what I'm good at.
Hugh, do you want to give a attempt of an athletics to try and open this door?
Of course. I get a 14.
Also, sort of struggling. Perhaps the
Ooh.
brief.
I drew my sword earlier, so my one inspiration was still
You do
probably
still
active.
have that bardic. With a
Yeah.
17, then. Um,
Yes.
and then, ooh, that's right. We do get fun stuff from the Valor Bard as well. Uh, but that's in combat, I believe.
There's extra stuff in combat.
That's so.
Yeah.
Uh, then yeah. With a 17, Hugh, you are just able to open this door. Drawing on that inspiration from Vass and revealing a room. Beyond a small hallway. Make sure this is an eraser, not painting more. And yeah, so as this door slides open, you see the old crypt. It holds a single stone coffin here. I'm assuming you guys would move a little closer, though keeping your caution and wits about you. You see that the coffin contains a few tattered blankets, all sort of bundled together, and there is a poof of wild black hair sprouting from the end of one of the blankets.
um, I'll have my sword ready and I kind of remove one of the blankets.
As you remove the blanket, you see a woman who was sleeping and now blinks awake. And
She sees a 6'3" guy with a jackal helm on.
yeah, this is Sarcelle Malinosh, and I'll get you guys a picture here in our chat room real quick.
Ooh, private stuff.
That is what Sarcelle looks like.
Mmm.
And as she blinks awake, her human eyes adjusting to the low light as this area too is entirely dark. Well, hopefully I'm not dead.
I'll cast light on the sword.
Nope, the sting in my eyes tells me I'm definitely not dead. And she'll sit up.
Yes. I guess you're one of the kidnappees.
Yes, Sarcelle. And who might you be?
I'm Romulus Nubis. And this is Vass and Hugh. We have been tasked with from Lord Neverwinter to rescue 4 individuals kidnapped.
No, I appreciate that. I would very much not like to not be here.
Do you know why your kidnappers, well, kidnapped you? Did they say anything?
No. Um, I fear that perhaps sometimes I am brought prophetic knowledge. It's not as often as those who devote themselves to divinations, but enough so that it shows itself in some annoying little habits.
Hmm. Uh, do you perhaps know where the other ones have been, are being held?
Beneath the ground, you can see that perhaps that annoying habit that she had mentioned starts to form, and then she shakes herself out of it. No, I'm not aware of any others. I was taken by myself. Got me in a
Do you know if your
tight spot.
hmm. Do you know if your captors are human? Uh,
Perhaps. Some of them. There is a stench of undead down here that masks everything.
hmm, okay. Well, I help her out of the coffin bed thing.
Yeah, she's in there of her own accord. She's easily able to get out. But
Hmm.
she'll take the help graciously. Stand a little more evenly to look at you all, sort of eye to eye.
Uh, is it best that we send her on her way, or do you think she just should stay with us?
Pretty near the exit.
Well, I would be greatly interested in an escort. Actually, not just from here, but the graveyard. As I said, I was taken in a tight spot, and you can see she seems uneasy about what she's about to say next. But we'll have to see what she's about to say after upcoming ad break. So, please hang out with us. We will be right back to continue along with our story and learn what Sarcelle has to say. Before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They help us out a ton here. You can make any direct donations at my Ko-fi, link for that's on screen and in our chat room. These donations unlock awesome perks for our entire community, benefiting everyone who play with us. They include special companions, double treasure, double XP, new quests. Full list is on our Discord. So, hang out. We'll see you guys very soon. we are back. And as we return, we're having a conversation with Sarcelle. She was explaining how she is in a bit of a bind and would request an escort, not just from her cell, but from the Never Death Graveyard. I'm unsure how much you know of my exploits. I am innately attuned with the weave, and I find myself on excursions to other planes. During a recent excursion, my magic was stripped from me. I am waiting for it to return, but I do not know when, and the visions that I have not filled me with any ease of it returning soon.
Are you aware of the thing that took your magic away from you, or was it just a trip to a certain plane of existence that did this?
It is not something that I know for sure.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we can just leave the cemetery immediately. We could potentially be on a time crunch to find the other kidnapped victims.
I am willing to follow along with you, but I am, well, without my best aids, so I'll do my best.
That's um. Romulus will turn the light off on his sword and then like take a playing card and hand it to her and cast light on the playing card so that she has some she's able to see.
All right. She accepts this graciously, but I would say that even after the conversation and even after the light, Vass, with your passive insight, something else is still, it seems, bothering Sarcelle. She seems uneasy.
Vath take her aside for a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I'm Vath, as Romulus mentioned. I can't imagine you've had a very pleasant go of it lately, and we're gonna do everything we can to get you out of here safe and sound. But can't help but notice something else seems to be bothering you.
She nods. It is one of my prophecies. I was shown something. Some dreadful future. Some desiccated figure of a man levitating off the ground. Gathering around him was evil energy. He wrapped it in glowing wisps around himself. The desiccated man then screamed, and the energy exploded, causing something terrible to happen. You see that as she says this, there is a deep-rooted fear in her eyes. She is absolutely terrified of whatever she saw, or the intensity of what she felt. And as she says this, we've got some information for our players. You feel that this information is important. We have in this entire campaign a power of secrets. Secrets in this campaign are like currency, in a sense. You can reveal it to the multiverse to gain a momentary boon. You use an action to whisper the secret to the world. The secret is gone from those minds in the party. But when you do this, everyone in the party gains advantage on d20 rolls for the next minute. But you cannot spend a secret more than once, even if you learn it again. If you share the secret with an NPC, you cannot spend it in this way. It loses its power. Or, since it does seem that secrets hold these powers, you will always have the choice to hold on to them. You cannot use this power just quite yet, but I will let you know when that changes. But you have gained your first secret.
So she said what she said that out loud to everyone or just to Vass?
She said that to Vass, but because one character knows this, that character of course has the secret, but as players, you all now know that mechanic.
Okay.
So I just want to confirm my understanding of the mechanics. So if I were to whisper the secret to the universe, multiverse, to gain advantage on d20 rolls for the party for a minute, did you say that the knowledge of that secret disappears? So like, would I
So you would
not know that information anymore?
You would no longer know that information until you are told another time. And if your other party members are aware of this information, they then would no longer remember it either.
Or I can straight up just say, hey guys, our cell just told me, duh. And then we wouldn't get that boon. It's not a secret anymore.
No. So for the revealing of a secret, it's very specific in sharing that secret with a non-player character. So since Sarcella already knows this, she wouldn't count for this. So you can tell your other companions, since they are player characters.
Okay, so I can tell you and Romulus, and then we still have this resource.
Yes. Because
once we tell an NPC.
That is not Sarcell. So once someone who would not know this secret is told this secret that is an NPC, that's when it's like you lose the resource entirely. You still have the information, but you can no longer redeem it.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I got you.
Like whispering it to the multiverse, can I just like whisper it to myself in the middle of combat to give us all advantage? Or does it have to be like, hey, bad guy we're fighting, want to know a secret?
No, you can, so like, you can actually just literally whisper it. So like, you can say it to where only yourself hears it, and then because you are using your action to do this, it will activate. Or you can scream it out. Who cares?
Okay.
Have fun. But, like I said, you can't use this just quite yet.
Vecna's a bottom. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's Raphael.
Um, sorry, I'm just trying to remember the last thing she said, and it was that the figure like unleashed a bunch of energy, and then it was really bad.
Yes, so the desiccated man screamed, the energy exploded, causing something terrible to happen. She doesn't know what, just something terrible. And whatever this has left her with, she is terrified of it.
That doesn't sound very good. Did you see any iconography like this in your vision? And Vask will do um, minor illusion to show what the eyes and hands looked like in the previous one of the previous chambers.
Nothing like that in my vision.
Thank you for sharing that with me. How long ago did you have that vision?
A few days ago?
Was it before you were kidnapped?
Yes.
Have you had any visions since?
No, they are sporadic.
Had you had any visions like this before, or was this the first one?
I've had prophetic visions, or sometimes I speak in riddles. Prophecies are nothing new to me. But I've never been shaken quite like this before.
Um, do you need anything? Were you hurt when you got captured?
I would very much enjoy my magic back, but I don't believe you can provide me that. A dagger, if you have one to spare, would be... That way I'm not entirely useless.
Oh, absolutely. Ask will hand over his fiery opal black dagger, which is just a +1 dagger.
Alright.
I would like that back at some point. You can have it on loan.
I will make sure that it returns to you.
Uh, and I'll also give her a bardic. Um, because I think she has an hour to use it, and if we get into combat, she can use a reaction if she gets hit to roll it and add it to her AC.
Alright, heck yeah.
So I'm just trying, yeah, once within the next hour. But it lasts a little bit longer before it expires in the new rules, which is nice.
Alright, yeah, so... 1 hour of bardic inspiration. Alright, so... Anything else you wish to do before pressing onwards?
If she seems okay and she's not hurt and needs healing,
She
I will
seems
suggest we
pretty good.
start heading out.
Alright, so Sarcelle explains your little crew here. So you do have the stairs with the door at the top of the balcony, or this collapsed wall that you can investigate. What would you like to do?
I will check out the collapsed wall.
Yeah, there is
Investigation. Or...
no need to do an investigation. You see that it has created a narrow pathway, but it is walkable for a single file, and opens to what looks to be a room filled with a fountain.
Ah, yes, the legendary fountain of youth. I do you want me to check it out, or do you want to check it out, Vass?
I'm pretty sneaky. We wanted to try and get a look at what could be in there before, just walking in there. I could do that.
By all means.
I'll stealth forward to see if I can see anything in the room before making my presence known.
What's your stealth score?
That's 11.
Okay. Do you want me to cast Pass Without Trace on you?
I won't say no to a pass without trace, but
Do
I think I gotta be within
yeah, you
a certain distance of you, right?
gotta be within 30 feet, and
Yeah.
pass without a trace does have a verbal component. So if something's there to hear you, they might hear you.
Okay.
So up to you.
We'll leave off on it in a moment.
All right. So Vass, as you get closer, this seems to be the room that you had heard before, with the water on the other side. There are more pipes here, and a massive fountain. The pipes along the ceiling and walls are rusted. There are nozzles from the pipes on the ceiling, where the water is flowing into. There is at the center of the room this deep stone basin. It's set into the floor. It's filled to the brim. The surface ripples, and you can see that there are watery creatures inside. And you also would notice that off to the south, another padlocked door.
Can I discern what the creatures are that's in the fountain?
Um, roll for me. Nature check, please.
6.
They're just watery creatures. Unfortunately, you can't really discern the different types from each other.
Okay. Do they appear to have noticed me?
Not currently.
Okay. I'll head back to the group, and I think that might be where the secret passage leads. There's a fountain in there, and more of those rusted pipes. Like there's exits from that area as well. Another padlocked door, but the fountain in the center of the room, I think there might be some creatures in there. Couldn't tell what they were though.
Well, I don't mind going in there and getting their attention if there are creatures that are hostile. If they attack, I can always throw a lightning bolt. Water and light electricity typically don't mix well.
No, no, they don't. Well, Marcel, maybe would you rather hang back in this room until we clear the next one?
Perhaps that would be for the best. Though if a fight breaks out and you need aid, I'm a traveler. I can very much help.
Uh, Before I go in there, Romulus will produce the potion of invisibility, and I tell her if at any time, not just with this room, but at any time we get into a situation where it seems not to be going in our favor, consume this and run as fast as you can. It's a potion of invisibility.
She'll take it with a nod and attach it to her belt. You can see that it has a loop where she can hold the potion bottle.
Mm. All right. I will walk into the fountain room with a card ready to transform it into a lightning bolt if need be.
Okay. Uh, as you walk into the guild, or not into the guild, into the room, just grab Romulus here. Walking fully into the room will draw the attention of the creatures underneath the surface. They rise high, and you see water weirds and an elemental crash forward, and there's a roar as they seem ready to attack. I would like to roll initiatives for everybody. If everyone could do that for me, please.
Another natural 20 on initiative.
Nice.
Do we get advantages for like kind of being ready or no?
Not quite here. There's just no
Okay.
disadvantages.
12.
But you do have your card already in hand. So with that, it's going to be.
Can I use my heroic inspiration to reroll the 12?
If you want to.
Initiative?
Yeah. Let's get our first heroic inspiration.
That's close.
And unfortunately, because
9.
it is a reroll and not advantage, it goes with the 9. Alright, so, we have our lovely Vass going first. Afterwards, we have the Water Elemental. We have Hugh. Then Romulus. The Water Weirds. And then Sarcelle if she wants to do anything. Vass. First act, you are staying at the back of the corridor when you see all of this happen. The water creatures rise up above the basin in response to the entrance of Romulus. What do you want to do?
If I were to put something here that was a 10-foot sphere, would I be able to clip all three?
Yeah. That would be a yes.
Cool. So Vass is gonna peek around the corner, look down the corridor. He's going to snap his fingers, and a painfully loud ringing noise is gonna ring out in the center of that fountain as he casts Scatter. And I would like for them to all make Constitution saving throws, please.
All right. That is a 21 from Water Weird 1. A 18 from Water Weird 2. And a 21 from the Water Elemental.
Well, they all passed, so they're gonna take half of this. So half of 12 is 6 points of thunder damage each.
All right.
And then with my bonus action, I'm just gonna zip around to the corner here and take the hide action. A bonus action.
All right. Give me that stealth roll.
22.
You feel successfully hidden. The water elemental begins to speak, but you don't understand it. It's burbles like crashing waves as it speaks in its own tongue. And it is going to try and overwhelm you, Romulus, as it moves up. Can you make for me a strength saving throw?
That is a 19.
Alright, you are, as it tries to, take whelm of you, you are pushed out of its space, as it, tries to do so, successful. That is its action on its turn. Hugh, it's your go. You see where the water elemental has moved from the pool to try and attack Romulus. It's now crashing in the open way of the exposed corridor. What would you like to do?
I will Hunter's Mark that water elemental.
For sure.
And come in, and I will attempt to stab it.
Yeah, go for it.
And I crit stab it.
Everyone's getting crits tonight. Alright, so that's
Oh, that is a...
8. So a total of 18 from the way that we do our crits, and then you've got the fire damage as well.
So that's going to be 11.
The way we do it, it'll actually end up being 16. Whew.
And
Heavy hit.
200 mark.
Okay. That's accurate. Alright, and then
And dreadful strikes.
becomes a 12 because of the crit. Oh, why did it do it like that? Okay, hold on. And so, that's your first hit.
And how much damage did that end up being?
Alright, that's gonna be... Uh, 54 total.
Oh, wait, also on a critical, each creature of my choice within 5 feet of the target takes 5 fire damage.
Oh, then you've got one that's within 5 feet. which is the water weird on the other side.
Okay.
Uh,
Water Rio takes.
you would notice that the water weird is resistant to fire damage. The water elemental is not, however.
I
Strange.
take it that I didn't take the water elemental down.
The water elemental is still standing currently.
Okay. I will use Vex to attack it with advantage.
Heck yeah.
So I take that that's a hit with a 27.
Oh yeah.
So 14. 8 fire. And then 6 on the hunter's mark.
Alright. And with that, anything else from you?
That would have been it.
It is Romulus, your turn. What would you like to do?
So unfortunately, I won't be able to hit all of them. But can I shoot a lightning bolt that will at least clip both the water weird and the elemental? Like in a diagonal line from where I'm standing.
Yeah, if you want to hit the water elemental and the water weird, you can do the diagonal line, or you can turn and you can hit the two water weirds. It's your choice.
Mm-hmm. Alright. If I did a 30-foot cone move, would I be able to hit all three of them, or no?
Well, let's check out real quick. On Romulus. A 30-foot cube or cone would be able to be placed in a way to hit all of them. Yep.
Oh, and I have a better idea. So, I start saying the incantations to do rhymes, binding ice, and a flick of like a flick of like chaotic energy starts to change the ice that's forming around the card into electricity as I use transmute spell sorcery and change the ice to lightning damage.
Okay.
So they have to make a con 18.
18 from the water elemental. A 5 from water weird 1. And a 10 from water weird 2.
Can I silvery barb the 18?
Do you have to see it? Because you are behind a corner. You do not have line of sight.
That's a great question. Yeah, I have to see it. Never mind. I'm gonna remain hidden.
Can I use my I believe it's a reaction attack? Can I use restore balance to give it disadvantage?
Yeah. So, we'll just make another roll here, and it rolled less than an 18. That is an 8. All of them failed.
Sweet. Alright. There is... so they take 12 lightning damage.
Alright, that is... Oof. Okay. They don't seem to be vulnerable to lightning, but nor do they seem to be resistant. But now the water seems to dance with that electric charge, at least for now. Anything else from Romulus?
Does it still even though I changed the damage to lightning, does it still have like the hindrance of like
Uh,
reducing their movement to 0?
I'm... Let me look at this spell real quick, before I say anything for sure. I'm going to say, because the hindrance is by ice formations within the cold damage, I'm going to say no. But the difficult terrain of the electrified water is what comes in on the, instead of that effect.
Okay.
Alright.
And as for the bonus action, I will cast nothing. Yeah, that's it from me.
Alright. The water weirds turn comes up. And there is the one in the back. Water Weird 2 is going to stay back there, but Water Weird 1 does not get out of the pool, but is going to get to the edge and try and hit Romulus. With a 21 to try and grab you with a constriction.
Yeah, well, I already used my reaction, so yeah, that will do it.
So that is a 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you, as this thing reaches out and wraps its watery self around you, and you are pulled into the water itself. So this thing is gonna try and drown you as you are grappled by it. But we won't have to worry about that quite at this turn. You just are pulled into the water as it has its hold around you. It is Sarcel's turn. She's going to rush in behind you. And she holds her hands up. No dagger drawn. No. She has the light card tucked into her, the straps of her outfit so that it holds there. And she is going to try and say something to the water elementals here. She speaks in a similar form, that sound of crashing waves, bubbles popping, and she's gonna make a persuasion roll here. She's going to add that bardic inspiration as well. And we'll just have to see if what she rolls worked. Vass, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Can I tell that she was talking to the water elemental?
I assume with a language that you don't understand and it sounds like what the water elemental roared like, that you could make that connection very quick. It seems that she might have understood what was being said.
I'll peek around the corner. Can you understand that thing?
Yes, barely. It speaks Aquan, and I'm not fluent in Primordial, but I am able to hold a conversation.
What did it say?
Something about intruders and not allowing any more aggressors.
I was gonna attack it, but it sounds like you're talking to it. I don't wanna step on your thing.
If you want to try and attack, now would be a time to do it, but we might be able to reason with this thing. It seemed able to think.
Okay, let's see. If I have a way to try and get our friends out of the... I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Need to be able to see it. If I stand in the corridor, can I see the water weird #1 that's trying to drown Romulus?
I'm going to say no because of the water elemental that's in front of it. The water elemental is quite large and sort of blocking that area.
Okay, I guess with my bonus action, I'm going to yell, because I think with my bardic, you just have to be able to hear me and see or hear you.
See or hear. So one or the other. So if he can
Yeah.
hear you, you're good.
Okay, I don't know if it'll work, but I'm gonna yell to give Romulus a bardic inspiration to see help them get out of that. And then I am just going to hold a bow shot if the water elemental seems to remain aggressive and doesn't back down like I'm thinking that Marcel is trying to convince it to do.
Okay. It's our water elemental's turn next. And it is going to retreat back into the water, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from Hugh if you so wish to take it.
Okay. Would that be a hit?
A 19 does hit.
Oh no.
That was a lot of ones.
It was a lot of ones. As it moves back and as Hugh takes a swipe, the water crashes down into the pool. You don't know if that is no more water elemental or if it is simply hiding in the waters. But that's all that happens on the water elemental's turn. Hugh, it is your go. You see the two water weirds, one of which is trying to drown Romulus. What would you like to do?
Alright. I want to... Well... I'm gonna attack the one trying to drown Romulus, because that seems like what I can help with right now, using my best skills. Oh, a 12.
A 12 attempting to hit a water weird, unfortunately, is not enough.
I will. Wait, Dex is only if I hit. So I did hit. But I did roll. My first one was a 20, so it doesn't matter, correct?
Yeah, it's still a crit.
Oh, I should say that I bonus action to Hunter's Markets before I did anything else.
I'll let it. Yeah. So that'll be 8, 6, 14. Okay.
Red Bull strikes as well.
That water weird evaporates. It spills into actual water. Romulus, you are no longer being constricted or drowned. But we still have another one. Anything else from Hugh?
That was all my actions.
Romulus, you are in the water fountain. What would you like to do?
Was I attacked before she was trying to speak Aquan or after she was speaking Aquan?
Before. But the you even after she spoke, you did notice that there was the water weird still trying to drown you. So who knows?
Okay, I asked her, are they retreating or is this still fight going on?
They've not said anything else.
Okay, I will kind of flourish one card and I will hold an action to cast Sorceress Burst.
All right. And what is your trigger? They attack.
Yeah, if it attacks anyone, or if anyone is attacked by any type of elemental.
All right. Our water weird in the back sort of stands there for a moment. And then it is going to it sinks down beneath the water. It does not make an attack. Sort of swirls around the space. I will say, at this point, you are no longer bound by initiative. But as combat ends, as tensions begin to ease a bit, Sarcelle comes up to the edge of the water and says something. And you see that single water weird float up to the surface. But there's no response. And nothing else seems to appear.
Are we good?
I would think so. This one seems to understand, but hasn't said anything. I do not know that this one is capable of such speeches.
Okay. Well, Vass, before our presence is not wanted again, you want to check that padlock door as quick as possible?
Yeah. Is it the one straight ahead or the one to the west?
The south is the padlocked door.
Does it appear to be trapped?
Roll me an investigation check.
17.
17 reveals there are no traps, just the door.
Great. I'll pick the lock.
Alright, let's get another sleight of hand.
23.
23, beautiful. Yeah. The door
I'm
unlocks.
gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself real quick.
Yeah, go for it. And we will see what's on the other side of this door in our next session. So, thank you to our players for playing. I do hope you had a fun first session. I know that I did. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. I will see you guys in our next session. Until then, head over to willtowitch.com and check us out there. Also, you can join us in our Discord if you'd like to jump in a game yourself, or just keep up to date with all of our announcements. You can follow us here on Twitch to catch all of our live streams, or you can head over to YouTube to catch our VODs. But as always, may the ever-burning light ever guide your steps. Laters.